We'll have to row down to their houses later and put whatever we can't save in their bins. Nothing in the river, mind. How long have I lived here, Molly?
Oh, as long as I can remember.
Longer?
But I wouldn't remember that, would I, if I hadn't known you?
When you're getting pernickety in your old age.
Old age? I like that. You're older than I am.
But what about the difference between rat's ears and mole's ears?
Rat's ears? What's rat's ears got to do with it?
And how many times have I been flooded out?
Every winter.
They weren't floods. They were just a little ripple or two that got above its station, a little drop of moisture in the face, a little bit of damp in the winter. But proper floods, with mud and branches, inundated in the larder, sitting room swamped, dining room drowned, bedding drenched, and not even in the middle of winter, never.
Until last year.
And now again this year. Why, I ask myself.
And what do you answer yourself?
I don't.
Badger will know. Badger knows everything.
Well, Badger thinks it's global warming. Well, I certainly don't feel very warm. Bedding's drenched, the fire's out, the stove isn't lit. I haven't had a hot meal since I don't know when.
Oh, Ratty, how silly of me. I knew there was something. I thought something like that might have happened. So, once the rain stopped, I put up a basket of comestibles, just in case, and a thermos flask of beef tea. My mother always swore by beef tea.
Oh, Molly, how like you, so thoughtful.
Oh, well, it's only since knowing you lot I've had anybody to be thoughtful about, or should that be of, apart from my nieces and nephews, of course. But that's not quite the same, is it? Wait here.
I mean, I've only just got the place dry from the last lot.
I know.
And now it's going to be weeks and months before I'll be warm and cosy again.
I know.
Damp, damp, damp. Nothing but damp. I mean, it's not like being good and wet like when you go for a swim.
I know.
Melly, you keep on saying I know, I know, I know, but unless you two have been inundated, I'm quite pale to see.
I have.
What?
Been inundated? Yes, most unusual. I'm jolly glad you taught me to swim all those years ago. Otherwise I could have well have...
You've been flooded out too?
Yes.
But why didn't you say?
Well, to be honest, I haven't had a chance to get a word in edgeways. As soon as I arrived, I had a squeegee thrust in my paws, and we've been bailing you out ever since.
Yes, that's just it, isn't it? Bailing out. It's not like in a boat when it's just the occasional scoopful from the bilge. But this, it's just, but how is your house?
Oh, well, very much like yours, only less so, because it's smaller.
But what about your stuff and your collection of things? You haven't lost your knickknacks,
Oh,
have you?
no, just all floating about the living room, but I've put them all back where they belong.
Well, by yourself?
My nephew helped.
Oh.
Oh, but the goldfish escaped. The pond flooded, and there was nothing I could do.
Oh, I am sorry, Mole.
Oh, I didn't mind, really. One shouldn't keep one's fellow creatures like that, even if they are only goldfish. Here, have a sandwich. It's only paste, I'm afraid, but it is Shipham's.
I don't know. Here am I moaning and groaning and feeling sorry for myself when there's you, having been through it once already, single-handedly trying to clear up.
Well, my nephew helped.
Well, almost single-handedly, and here you are, helping me and providing Shipham's sardine and tomato paste sandwiches. Now that's what I call real friendship.
Oh.
Hold hard, you two. What have you got there?
Nothing.
show my best dandelion burdock put down from before the war. Now, where do you think you're going with those?
They were just frozen up. Thought they were empty. Thought you wouldn't be needing them.
Oh, wrong on both counts. I've never heard so much nonsense in my life.
Beats even the best champagne on a warm afternoon. Now, I think you can put those back where you found them. Actually, on second thoughts, put them down there where I can keep an eye on them.
Just a minute. Oh, a gentleman's relish.
Yes, I know, just floating about. Off you go, you pair. Oh, hold on a minute. Here's something for all your help. Now you can buy your own dandelion burdock.
Though you won't be able to afford gentleman's relish, price that they charge these days.
Oh, moly. Why us? And why not Toad, who can afford it?
Well, do you think it might have something to do that they built Toad Hall a fair way from the river and on a slight hillock to prove that toads are that bit nearer to heaven than the rest of us?
Well, or at least above the floods.
And the former, I think, if Toad's forebears were anything like their descendant.
But you know, if this sort of thing is going to have to happen more often, I'm seriously going to have to think about taking the bull by the horns.
What on earth do you want to take up bull wrestling for? It would be a half contest even with a small calf.
No. It's the sort of thing which raises the English language above the humdrum. In this case, a metaphor.
You know so much. It must be something to do with the fact that the river runs through Oxford. Some of that learning into a tributary or two, and eventually wash over us.
Or through us, whether we like it or not. No, what I mean is, I'm seriously going to think about making a decision.
What sort of decision?
About whether to move.
Oh, Ratty, no.
Well, at least for the summer until the old place dries out again.
Well, where?
Well, actually, I was thinking sort of south.
Timbuktu?
No, more Torquay.
Actually, old chap, family goes back to before the Normans. Nasty habits they had, especially culinary. Things they chose to eat.
Just how far does your land extend?
Go far as the eye can see. My dear chaps, what a pleasant surprise. I was just showing this gentleman around the old environment. From the ministry, you know, London. I must introduce you to two of my very best friends, Water Rat here and dear old Moley, Mr. from the ministry.
Where is your parish, Vicar?
I beg your pardon?
Well, Toad said ministry.
No, not that sort of ministry.
No, not that sort of ministry.
What sort of ministry?
Well, government. Transport, actually.
Transport? You wish for my advice? A very sensible line indeed, renowned internationally for my knowledge of transport. By water, road and air, from horse-drawn caravan to canal barge to... Oh, poop.
No, who is it? Mr. Toad.
Yes.
What we need to clarify before we can make you an offer...
I don't like to be too public in the course of my business affairs, even in front of my friends, you know.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? To what lengths will these people not go?
Roger, let me explain. It's quite simple, you see. You're not getting any younger, none of us is.
Toad, you're here too. Good. Might be of some use, you never know.
Well, so it wasn't me you were looking for specifically, then?
I was looking for these two. Ratty, Mo, you seen this?
What, your walking stick?
No, this. Let's see, where is it? Hold this. No, that's not it. Here it is. No, I can't. You read it. It's from the county council.
What's a county council?
A bunch of men. Oh, and women these days as well.
What? Was it any wonder? A bunch of people who think they know more than others and like to make their opinion known, it seems, profusely.
What does it say?
No.
What? Okay. What's a nature trial?
Nature trail. They're putting in paths for people through the wild wood.
But we've got paths. Hundreds of them, old as time. I mean, you badgers have been walking the woods since forever, and I've got roots underground.
But if I may, nature trails are to give access to all manner of people to areas of outstanding natural beauty, and they're educational.
Educational? Does that mean you have to put up with screaming brats as well, scampering all over the old place, turning it into a trade?
Yes, the young, the old, men, women,
And children?
sick, healthy, the halt and the lame, ramblers, joggers. It's all called equality and diversity.
Is this something else invented by your county council?
No, that's from central government.
And what's the difference?
What, between central government and local government? Well, about £50,000 a year, really. No, but that's just my joke. No, what we're after looking at is the larger picture.
Get on with the wind, that sort of thing?
Oh, no, us from central government are real full-time professionals.
Oh, so that makes the others a bunch of rank amateurs, does it? Nature trails, whatever do they think of next?
Bash me, old friend, that's just it.
What?
What this person from the ministry is here for is...
Ministry! Ministry! Is he math? Is he math? If he's math, I'll knock his back.
No, I'm it's definite now, not math. And anyway, I'm from transport, not agriculture.
Agriculture. They couldn't plough a field of straight furrows to save their lives.
And anyway, we're discussing the land. Per se...
Who's Percy?
Shows up to something.
But before we go any further, we need to check on your deeds. My deeds? Toad's deeds? No. Oh, deeds.
Too late.
The deeds of Toad. No, I didn't mean I didn't.
Don't even try.
By Toad. In history's darkest pages, no finer deeds are showed. It's all agreed there were ne'er such deeds as those of Mr. Toad. When young and in his heyday, he ignored the highway code, but that's all past. He is at last the incredible Mr. Toad. Excuse me. He fled from a disaster, took to the open road. He had to fly in a sly disguise, the outlaw, Mr. Toad. The length and breadth of England, the Toad has been pursued, and every act of daring do displayed his fortitude. And after months of absence, he fought for his abode, the antidote to Weasley Stokes, the courageous Mr. Toad. The Queen and all her courtiers all called out, hardly known. Who wrote this song deserves a gong, the incredible Mr. Toad. But that's all very well, but what I meant was the deeds to your land. What we needed to do is to ascertain the ownership.
Of course Toad owns his own land. It's been in the family for generations.
What, and the wildwood too? I think you ought to be making a move.
What?
He's getting on a bit, but much longer. Won't be with us much longer. TB. Bit dodgy crossing the roads, forgets things. Oh, I thought the government had a policy on badgers.
Own the wildwood? Nobody,
Everybody
owns the wildwood.
But I never said I did. But I thought you were seeking compensation. But for the wildwood, in case we need to bulldoze it, to make way for the new high-speed railway to the north.
Bulldoze?
Make way?
The wildwood?
High-speed trains are... No, nothing's decided at all. I'm just part of a think tank. I think it might be better if you weren't here when they come round. Telephone things. What, a BlackBerry? I didn't know they came in different flavours. I just need to make a phone call. Urgently, thank you. Hello? What are you doing? I'm trying to get hold of Ethel at the exchange, but she's probably busy in the shop.
Give it to me.
When did you last use a phone?
Some time ago now, come think about it.
Oh, well. But who are you trying to call?
Well, I'm not sure. Somebody who can arrange a ticket for a cruise. Quickly.
What, Saga?
Ah, damn, I'm
Well,
whoever it is, whoever owns the smartest ship, but I think you ought to sort this out elsewhere.
Oh dear.
Oh, I say.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I don't believe it.
Oh dear, me.
They wouldn't. They couldn't.
Well, actually, from what I know of politicians, they probably could. Whenever they get into a tight corner, these politicians, They just passed another law to get them out of it.
But it's not natural.
It's not right.
But it's not natural justice we're talking about, nor even the laws of nature. It's politicians and politics, and there's nothing natural or just about politicians.
The wild wood, my home. My family has lived there for generations. And we shall fight. We shall fight them in the hedgerows. We shall fight them in the glens. We shall fight them in the very burrows and sets that are our homes. We shall never surrender.
Well, actually, we don't know if there is anything to fight yet. The man said he was from a think tank.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Well, I imagine it must be something like a fish tank. Yes, I have heard people saying it's like living in a goldfish bowl, probably what he meant.
But the threat is there. To arms!
Do you think we should polish the cutlasses, prime the pistols? I mean, these politicians could well be worse than weasels and stoats.
Well, they could well be worse than weasels and stoats. But from what I know, that they take an absolute age to discuss everything and debate it. Then eventually they have to get round to vote on it. So really, I don't think there's any real need to man the barricades just yet.
Well, this is the time to go then. Leave our houses, time to dry.
Go where?
Why, south, like you were saying.
Torquay?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, not sure about what?
Well, I'm not sure about Torquay, I'd heard.
Yes, actually, I'd heard too.
Not quite.
Leastways, not anymore.
Once.
Yes, quite.
Oh, I'm so glad. But I've only ever known the riverbank. So where?
Do you remember the tale of the ancient mariner?
Oh, he stoppeth one of three?
No, there's an ancient seafaring rat of mine, a distant relative from Constantinople.
Very distant.
Well, he spoke of a little grey sea town which was clinging to the steep side of a harbour.
Oh, yes, something about dark doorways leading down flights of steps, ending in a patch of sparkling blue water.
Now that sounds all right, doesn't it?
Well, almost home from home. Where is it?
Cornwall.
Oh.
Aren't you mustard?
Well, they're pretty keen, but maybe not as mustard.
You're not mustard, M-U-S-T, ready, willing and able to fight.
Well, actually, we're still not sure if there is anything to find yet.
That toad, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Now, you could throw him quite a long way.
Not far enough. Sending the wild wood as if he owned it in the first place.
Well, actually, that is actually how they do it. These people, they see a bit of land which nobody seems to own, and then they just say, oh, I own it, or they might sort of stick a flag in it, or stick a notice in it, or build a house on it, or actually these days they just cover it with concrete. It's called empire building.
Yes, well, not in my wood.
Our wood.
Of course. But a high-speed railway line?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what that is.
Well, they don't have them here, but they do in France.
No, don't explain it. They can keep them.
But what do these things do? I thought railway lines just lay there.
No, it's the trains. They go very, very fast and arrive on time. Now, Toad will love them.
Never catch one in England.
Well, let's hope so. But in actual fact, they may choose not to come this way. They might choose to go by way of Northampton.
Why? What's Northampton done to deserve it?
I don't know.
And where are these things going to?
Leeds, I think.
Who on earth would want to go to Leeds? Quickly or not. The slower the better, as far as I'm concerned.
People are strange.
So you see, there's no immediate danger.
But remember the motto of the Badger, be prepared.
I thought that was someone else.
Well, they copied us. To arms?
Well, no, actually, we rather thought to Cornwall.
Running away?
A rat would never run away.
Nor a mole, might scurry a bit, but...
No, I'm sorry, you fellows. Here I was born and here I'll die.
But it's only a holiday.
Why you go to Cornwall?
Well, actually, to see what all the fuss is about.
fish them out?
Can I have an ice cream?
Just as long as you don't expect me to wipe up after you. Yes. Good morning, dear.
Morning,
Morning, mate. Morning, Miss Lynn.
Wow, what's it like a mother? Oh, just want an hammer or two from up along, done it?
That's true. Dear me, you only have the inside of your window, Blue.
Which one? Health and safety, kitchen hygiene, tourist board or AA? They've that many.
Matey didn't say, but he did say they was undercover, in disguise like.
I think this is an undercover agent in disguise.
Morning, Blue.
You smoke?
Now, I give it up years ago when I was overseas afore the mast. We had these purple cigarettes called Boken Sobranis, and they smelt like burning jackstone. And boy, I burnt some jackstone in me time, but they tasted.
No, these is camels.
Camel's dung!
No,
and I thought was tobacco!
No, cigarettes from America. You know, I've tried everything, but I prefer camels. Well, I say they're from America. They're like they're from America. They're from China. I'll do you 200 cheap.
Ah, there's no tobacco, I'll give it. Did I ever tell you when I was younger?
I'm expecting a special delivery from up along, you know. We may come with your knack-knacks.
Yes, well, I'll just have to wait and see.
So, how about you, mate? You'll wait for the,
It says no diving from the ferry steps. What does she do? She dives from the ferry steps. Don't blame me if you get a bloody grey dooter instead of that mushroom of yours.
But he dared me.
And don't you do everything the boy dares you to, otherwise you'll end up in hot water when you hold her. Come along, girl.
Just what they looked for. A hostelry.
What does band B mean?
Bed and breakfast.
All in the same room, rather insanitary. Oh, this one says, and sweet. What do you think that means?
Oh, your bed, your breakfast, and your dessert.
Sweet for breakfast? They do have strange habits down here.
I think it's the clotted cream he gets everywhere.
Oh, look, Ratty, it's Mrs. Fox.
It's ridiculous.
It is, I tell you.
I don't know, you're right. It is Mrs. Fox, isn't it?
Who's asking? Mr. Rat. An old moly. Strike a light. What do you do down here so dark a man?
Well, actually, we might ask you the same thing.
Well, it's a job, innit, know what I mean?
An animal taking employment.
Oh, it's better than poodles jumping through hoops or nothing. I mean, demeaning or what?
What is demeaning of demeaning?
I think she But what are you doing here?
Well, it's that Kate Humble. Know what I mean? And that spring watch. All right when that Bill Oddie did it. Almost one of us, he was. That Humble. Nosy cow. Cameras everywhere. They even invented that one called cam. Like a great big lump of ours, your father, but a camera. Bleeding liberty. Well, I give it to my kids, didn't I? You know what children are like playing with their number twos? They had it stripped down to its local part in no time at all. Trouble is, nobody could put it together again. So me and my mate, heard it was a cushy number in town, decided to become one of those urban foxes. At least you know where the CTV is, and not likely to be coming peering up your jacksie.
And how is your partner?
Well, it's more of a case of where than how. We went to town, but he suddenly disappeared, leaving me with a new family. I don't like saying nothing, but I think he crossed the Great Divide.
The Great Divide? Not
£1.25 one side and a servant the other. That's all I think. They won't. But at least we've got the trouble to hunting and that and all that.
But I thought they'd stopped hunting you.
Oh no, not them hunting us. That was one of the great tapestry of life. No, it's us having to go back to the country and start feeding ourselves, raiding chicken houses and that. In the town, it's a doodle on a plate. Food coming at you from all sides. They've got this great big sign. I don't know what it means, but it must mean something. Great big yellow thing like that. People don't even have to get out their cars. They drive past and they hand it to them. Mark you, food isn't much good. I wouldn't give it to my kids if you know what I mean. At least it's quick.
Fast food, perish the thought.
Oh dear. Oh, so what are you doing here?
Well, I drive a white van, don't I?
Well, driving a white van, that's amazing.
Not really. Any idiot can drive a white van, and most of them do.
Georgia, you got something for me?
Shush, not so loud. These men are old friends. Ta-ra, see you later.
Ratty, all that talk of food is making me feel a bit peckish. The food the people were given to eat on the train was indescribable.
Well, I don't think they were given it. They had to pay for it.
Oh, even worse. My goodness, I've been longing for something from the hamper for some time. Some of your potted meat and perhaps some ginger beer.
Yes?
Pardon?
Well, what's it to be?
Oh, is this a game? I love getting games.
Can you read?
Yes, I do.
Well,
Beware seagulls. Oh, look, thank you.
trying to be funny?
Only food from the bistrot to be consumed on the premises.
Premises.
You can't eat that while you're sitting here.
What can we eat?
I've got bagels.
You poor thing.
Joe,
Can nothing be done?
Is that what the locals eat?
you having a laugh?
Half of what?
Look, mate, if you're taking the Michael mister, I'll have you barred.
Madam.
Miss,
Miss, well, we're new here, we've just arrived, and we seem to have got off on the wrong foot. I mean, this is the first time we've been to Cornwall.
oh really? Sort of inspecting?
Well, yes,
But
yes,
it's
Ratty.
a bit strongly, but...
No, Ratty. Oh, no, we are. We have our standards, which we like to see maintained.
Inspecting? Well, in that case, I'm briefly sorry, there must have been a misconception. Please do sit and eat your... Oh, that looks nice. And are you passengers instead of sitting accommodation?
possibly.
Well, in that case, let me show you around my commodement.
Molly, you go with the lady and see what she has to offer.
Pardon?
And of course, I'm entirely en suite.
Oh, yes, exactly. What is en suite?
Bed and bathroom all in one. It's the Yanks, you know. They will insist.
And do we have to have our breakfast in the bedroom or the bathroom?
Eh? Oh, you're one.
Go on, Molly, I'll look after the bags.
And is it the 2 rooms you're after, or are you together?
No, two if you have them. Two definitely. We do bunk up and push.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh,
I've been watching from the window. I know it's none of my business, but what's your little friend doing over yonder?
oh, merely inspecting.
Inspecting?
Well, yes.
I thought so. As soon as I saw you, I thought it is you, innit?
Well, I confess that it is me, and I vouch for the fact that my friend Molly is himself, yes.
What's he like down Lou then?
I beg your pardon.
Ha! You incognito. Ha! But you've got to see what I got to offer too, sir. 'Tis only fair.
Madam, or is it Miss?
Madam, and my old man ain't with us no more.
Abroad?
I hope not. We buried him 5 years ago.
Oh, excuse
So, if you would be so kind.
What about our things?
Oh, give him here.
Just a minute, I must go and tell my friend. He does worry, so...
What's that?
Oh, like,
Oh, bugger it, damn it. First I get potatoes, turnips,
I've never seen nothing like it. 'Tis a nightmare. Couldn't her home, didn't I?
You stop in, little one, forget your troubles.
You opened?
You buying?
Ah.
I'm open.
Promise. Open up.
You get many foreigners here then? The old gentleman, what was their language you were talking?
Bless me, have a proper Cornish.
Oh, but I heard that had died out years ago. I read...
For English but for we Cornish. Now this here hostelry, built in 1494 that they invented that in the Italy, they do say there's a smuggler's tunnel which runs underneath, what gives it its name? But they says that just about every village in Cornwall. Now sir, them roots, come with me.
You must excuse my friend. He's gone to check the facilities over yonder.
But what about mine?
Oh, indeed, more than adequate. I was lost for choice in the bathroom.
So,
Oh, I'd be more than happy, but it would be presumptuous of me to speak for my friend.
tell you a secret.
Oh, yes?
They're very old-fashioned over yonder, not like we.
Oh, I'm rather fond of antiques.
Well, you won't go wrong. Here's one for a start.
Whatever, yeah, mate. Yeah, party, innit?
Is that what the young people wear these days?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel rather overdressed. I have nothing suitable.
Well, it just so happened I do have a popular clothes chain just here. I thought, if you can't beat them, join them.
Oh, seaweeds. That is clever.
Eh?
Well, the play on words, weed as in seaweed, and the old meaning of weeds, clothes as in widow's weeds.
Oh, yeah. Come and sit for anything you fancy.
What's on here?
Special delivery, you know what I mean?
No.
I won't. It's stuff's you know where, but it's due for to go up a lot, you know. The old Bolivian marching powder.
Bolivian? Did I tell you when I was overseas?
No, not now.
Oh.
Well, there's no sign of the mole, but I'm more than happy with you.
Oh.
Oh, you know what I mean.
No need to explain. Now, as to your tea,
Well, I haven't had any lunch yet, actually.
then I've got just the thing for you. A nice hot tiddy-oggy.
What?
Tiddy-oggy, what us do call a pasty.
Oh, you have me worried. I thought you meant a Tiggy Winkle, a hedgehog.
Oh, they make for good eating, they good urchins.
Oh, I'll have you know that some of my best friends are urchins.
Oh,
Tiddy-oggy. It's Cornish for Cornish pasty.
Well, I had one of those once. I must admit that curry chicken has never been a really favourite flavour of mine, and then a pasty.
Oh, that ain't no pasty, not that chicken frickin' masala. No, that ain't no pasty.
Well, that's what it said on the wrapping.
They don't need no wrapping, the pastry's the wrapping.
You tell him, father.
Oh, so he's your father?
Nah, there's just a manner of speaking. You tell him what goes in a proper Cornish
Oh,
pasty.
nice bit of shin, bit of skirt, onions, taters, salt and pepper, turnips.
Well, some folks in Auckland calls what we call a turnip a swede.
Ah, so what do you call turnip?
Turnips. Cool, I'll tell you, confused the hell out of some.
Well, they sound absolutely lovely, and I shall certainly have one. Although where the mole is. Only is that you?
Do you like it? Don't I look a bit?
Well, I think old is the word you're looking for.
Oh, you're never too old for seaweed.
Well, I've heard that seaweed is a good cure for ageing and wrinkles and fabulous.
Fabulous. You can talk. I was thinking of going on a diet, and now you've convinced me.
Well, aren't you going to join me in a proper Cornish pasty?
You've obviously decided you're staying there.
Well, we're only across the way from each other, and we can always dine together. And anyway, it's tactful sharing our business in the village, our largesse.
The size isn't everything.
Largesse is French, it means generosity.
It's all rather fun. I just feel it's a pity old Badger isn't here with us. I tell you what, I'll drop him a line.
Yo, Mr. B.
Are you addressing me?
You're the only Mr. Badger, care of set, Wildwood, near Pangbourne, Burks, that I know.
That should be Berkshire, not Berks, and it's Royal Berkshire.
Whoa, now Berkshire, that might be too much of ducks, and us girls, we don't dig ducks.
Well, neither do I dig, as you so simply put it, dogs. They're self-controlled and certainly not very public-spirited. Now, what's all this about?
Squirrel post,
What happened to the Royal Mail?
Privatised, postcard from your friend Molly.
Don't be so personal.
No, that's what it says on the bottom. From your friend Molly.
Well, where is it?
Here it is.
What's this?
It, kind of got, what's the worst? Damaged in transit. I dropped it in a puddle, but I had a lovely time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I left my glasses at home. You'll have to read it.
Ratty, we are having a lovely time. Food excellent, especially the cream, from your friend Molly. Piss.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it said. P.S. Piss.
P.S. Postscriptum, written afterwards. It's Latin.
All Greek to me. P.S. Wish you were here.
What? What was that?
Written on the bottom. Sorry, at the bottom. P.S. Wish you were here.
Does it really say, wish you were here? My.
Was there anything else you were wanting? Mr. Badger, hey do.
Well, there is. Would you happen to be able to get hold of a copy of the schedule for the GWR?
What's that?
GWR, God's Wonderful Railway.
I forgot that.
Yeah, no, whatever you do, stay away from the line. Dangerous things, lines. Almost as bad as roads. But would you be able to find out the time of the next train to Cornwall?
Moody, what on earth's the matter?
Well, I don't think I shall have any lunch today, Ratty.
Why ever not?
Well, you know I was going to send that postcard to Badger.
Yes.
Well, I shan't be able to afford to buy any food. I've just bought a stamp.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a lovely morning, isn't it?
Good morning to you.
Yes, indeed it is. Ratty, do you know that individual?
No.
Well, she seems to know you.
No, I've never seen him before in my life.
Well, that was very intimate, calling out like that.
Well, I think that's the way they are around here.
Golly, if one did that in London, one would be locked up for invading personal space. How was breakfast?
Absolutely splendid. A traditional Cornish breakfast with a culinary masterpiece called a hog's pudding. Now, whether it was made for a hog, or by a hog, or of a hog, I haven't yet found out. But it was truly excellent. And baked beans, although I didn't know the baked beans were part of a traditional Cornish breakfast, and tea and toast.
I had porridge.
But you'd get porridge at home.
No, but not made with creamy Cornish milk, a dollop of potted Cornish cream on top, a croissant, and something called a cup of Chino. Yeah. I asked for a coffee, so I presume it's related, but it was very frothy, rather liked my hostess.
No, Molly, don't be rude about your hostess. I'm not taken by that lady.
Don't you rather miss our old bank?
Thanks. Well, I think it's rather nice to be able to get away from it all. It's one of the many bonuses. But of course it must be weighed and balanced.
Bonuses? Hey, you people from up along,
Oh, yes.
do you fancy a trip round the bay?
Well, actually, where we come from, the Thames, practically in it, we see quite a lot of this sort of thing, shipping and so on. So, but not right now, thanks.
Shipping? Thanks, many bonuses. Oh.
You, Ratty, lemonades.
Well, then I'm off in search of another cup of Chino.
Catch you later. So that's what they call it, cappuccino. Trips round the bay, trips round the bay. See all the lovely sights of the Cornish coast and the old smugglers' coves.
You don't want
want to be going on about the smuggler's code? No.
Why the hell not? 'Tis all part of the colourful history of the duchy, and we got to tell the emigrants it at a price by me.
They might still be using them.
What?
And not so old smugglers neither.
Trips round the bay.
Grandma, can we have a trip round the bay? Oh, yes, Granny, can we?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
No, not you, darling. Granny's not angry with you, but she is with you, putting temptation away for little ones. At your age.
I'm only trying to scratch an honest living, Gran.
Honest? You've never done an honest day's work in your life. You haven't got to go. Come on, children.
Ah, my good fellow.
What's on?
Yeah, what's on yourself? Seen a couple of friends of mine, the water rat and the mole.
Oh yes, they're very friendly with the locals, especially the ladies. But I expect you know that.
What?
Yes, indeedy. One's holed up with a maid in the bistro, and the other one shacked up with the landlady in the pub. Very chummy.
I never heard anything like it. I mean, when you say with them, do you mean with them or simply with them?
I don't know what's what.
Badger! Our cup runneth over.
Ah, service that bad?
Oh, Mooney!
Good heavens, Mel, have you lost your mind? Or is it simply your luggage you've been given cast-offs by the local charity shop?
Trips round the bay.
Don't you like it?
Well, I have to say, it's uncertain that I shall be patronising the establishment. Talking of which, would you recommend your various lodgings?
Oh, absolutely. Good traditional breakfast pattern that you would die for. No, I don't mean that. That you would really appreciate. And traditional accommodation, you know. Last night I slept in a four-poster.
Oh, just you? What? Well, you know, some of these old coaching houses used to sleep three to a bed, top and tail like sardines.
No, I can assure you I was quite alone.
And the facilities, the plumbing?
A bath badger that you could submerge in. I was doing legs.
My place is terribly long. It's en suite, which means your bathroom's in your bedroom.
What? I spent all my life trying to keep bathroom matter, as you call it, apart from bedroom matter. Even if it means changing the straw daily. Ratty, old friend, your hostess have anything for the like of me, do you think?
I'm absolutely sure of it. And if there isn't, you shall have a four-poster and I shall just sleep elsewhere.
No, I wouldn't dream of it, and I hope you won't mind.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. I should go and have a word with her right now.
Good morning.
It is you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that depends.
Yeah, but it is, isn't it? Are you famous?
Yeah, well, I must admit that I am my friends and the toad, of course.
A toad hall?
Indeed, yes, we have achieved a certain repute. When did you read it?
What?
The book, Wind and...
No, it's not a book. It's on the telly.
Telly? I'll have you know, young lady. You are a young lady, are you? It's rather difficult to tell with the passing of pinafores. The only proper way for you to come across us four and our activities is by reading about us. Reading and writing were there long before these modern contraptions. Read and your imagination runs riot. Watch telly and your imagination's in chains.
Can I have your autograph?
Do you have a pen?
No.
Then how do you do your homework?
On the computer.
Well, until you revert to the age-old, well-tried combination of pen and paper, or even an autograph, because I had when I was young, I'm afraid I'm unable to comply with your petition.
You don't have talk, Fanny.
And so do you.
Oi, stop annoying that gentleman.
But it is the gentleman that's on the telly.
Oh, so Badger, you've come.
Yeah, not another too soon. Moldy Ray succumbed to the allure of en-suite accommodation.
But it's not a matter of succumbing. I don't know about you, old chap, but I'm not as young as I used to be, or I'm not as old as you either. But, well, to not put too fine a point on it, I welcome the proximity of the facilities. I'm up several times a night. Now, I know it's not an obvious selling point. No one's going to shout from the rooftops that you can piddle several times a night without having to leave the environs of your own chamber. But for those of whom it matters, well, it matters.
What's wrong with the pot?
Oh, nothing. But I assure you, en suite is not as revolting as it sounds.
Mr. Mole, another of your colleagues, is it? He's come. And what do we call you then?
Mr. Badger, all nicely.
Yes, I'm sure he will. Now, I suppose you're after accommodating too. If you'd like to come this way...
Just a minute, we saw him first.
Hold on. You your guests have just got out here. I was here with mine ages ago.
Mr. Rat made a previous arrangement with me prior to coming back out to welcome his friend and show him his room. Choice of rooms even, depending on whether he wants a sea, view, or a close proximity to the facilities.
I'm not a big fan of views.
Excuse me, but an average holiday.
Not now.
I have a room that looks out to a blank wall.
Don't we all? I often put single gentlemen in there.
I'm after accommodation.
Sorry, I'm full.
But I thought...
Don't. Now, sir, if you'd like to come with me...
Come on, Mr. Mole. Aren't you going to back me up?
Excuse me, but I'm an average holiday maker.
Are you? Are you saying I'm busy?
But I'm after accommodation.
Well, you've come to the wrong place, mate. I've let my
I don't know who to, because he's come in with me.
No, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is. Mr. Rat said his friend don't like all these immortal cons.
And your dumps don't look like any of those.
Well, these have been two of the briefest inspections I've made in many a long day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. That was the inspector.
You all right then, mate?
Busy directly.
Now, hold on a quick word.
What's that?
I reckon you name bankers.
Bankers? Well, they certainly isn't those town inspectors. She was a proper one. Laugh.
Ah, them on about banks and bonuses. They must be loaded. I reckon they might even buy a cottage or two down here. Well, it's the only gang from up along that can afford that anyway, innit? That must be worth some of the wheat, isn't it?
Oh, go on then. Some of that Cornish yard in the pantry. Nobody else will touch the stuff. Here, I'll get it. Don't trust me alone.
Gentlemen, just sit yourselves down here and I'll go fetch your drinks. It's far too fine an evening to sit indoors.
Now, fish and chips has never tasted better, especially with your local cider. Ratty, why can't we get cider like that in the wild wood?
Because it's made not 5 miles from here. Only local apples goes in it and this gentleman makes it. Isn't that true, Father?
Hey?
Only your finest apples goes in.
I was setting a couple of dead rats or two.
What to say then, sir?
Oh.
I wonder where the toad is.
Well, didn't someone say that he'd gone off on a cruise? He's probably boring all the old ladies with tales of his daring do.
Or daring don't. Bit of a joke there, you see. Daring do means pluck. And I don't know of any animal with the least pluck than the toad. So I made up the word daring don't. It's called a neologism.
Yeah, and where was he going?
As far away as possible, as far as I can so despicable behaviour in a toad trying to sell my ancestral home from under me. Daring don't, you see?
Oh, never had nothing like you in life.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Would you take a glass or something with me?
Oh, I'll have a large brandy.
If you don't mind my asking you a personal question, sir, do you have any children who will carry on this magnificent tradition of cider making?
No, they all got out along.
Oh, not?
No, got Lannan. Up at the universe. Give me some of that. Oh, can't stand the place.
Well, they're surely not farming up there, are they?
No. Maid, she's the PA. Wherever that is, pig's ass, I said. She said I was coming. Boy, he's something in the city. I said, what? Like St. Paul's Cathedral? He goes, don't be so bloody daft. No, he's in commodities, wherever that do be. No, there ain't no work for them down here, not if they want to live, and nowhere for them to live.
Well, what about boating? I've spent all afternoon pottering about in an old rowing boat. I mean, not quite like it is at home, but nothing beats it, and the sailing.
Ah, but you can't make a living out of pottering or sailing. Sailing, that's for the rich. For the incomers and the holiday homeowners.
Oh, hello, Gina. Hello, Gina.
How was the sailing?
Oh, not much sailing today, not much wind, so we did a bit of fishing. A lovely £4 holiday here. We're going to put it in the freezer.
Proper job.
3 weeks in the year. Four seasons.
You really did it then?
Well, honest dues for honest job, that's more I can say for you.
Just you wait.
Who is that remarkable young creature?
Blue? Ships that pass in the night,
Yeah.
Dorothy?
His father was a Russian blue rat that was stormbound one night, and one night was enough for me cousin, and Bob's your uncle. He's half Russian, and he's got some right shifty characters on his father's side.
Mother's side ain't much better.
I heard that, and did I ever tell you when I was sailing?
Over bell, tuck and sing for your stumper. Or breakfast even.
Well, you lot better give me a hand, and where's Blue?
So now I'll sing to thee about a maiden fair I met the other evening down at Trafalgar Square. She had a wild and roving eye, the other one was normal. We roved all night in the pale moonlight, but I kept extremely formal. 'Twas there upon Town Quay I asked her she'd wet. I asked her if she'd like to sit, but the benches they were wet, wet, wet. Her hair hung down like rats. Oh, smudging her mascara, a costly wench with a hell of a quench, a thirst like the Sahara. We went into a pub. I asked her what she'd like. I'll have a double whiskey, boy, and chase it with a pint. I swear that maid had hollow legs and an 8 or 10 point bladder. We rode all night in the pale moonlight, but I swear I never had her. I had to call it off. I told her to her face I simply wasn't up to it, I couldn't stand the pace. Her love had nearly done for me, it won't be long I fear. Without a doubt she's cleaned me out, and that's why I call her dear.
It's your turn now, matey.
What about you, me handsome?
Oh, handsome? Well, do you really think so? Well, no, I'm afraid we moles don't sing. Tritons for horses.
Oh, well, I do happen to have a song, rather in the same vein as your lady with the hollow legs, a song of thwarted love. And seeing as we're talking about boats, it's rather apt. Can you give me a C?
I met my love by Pangbourne Weir, down by the old Swan Inn. I tried to tell her what I felt for her, but just could not begin. And so I sculled her down the river, all the way upstream. It was all that I could give her, this distant, drowsy dream. On the Thames whose mighty flood acts as England's vital blood. And the river flowed by so sweetly. And then we passed by Goring Gap, passed by another swamp. My love, she took a little nap, and so we carried on. And all the while the river flowing down from distant hills, all the while I kept on rowing, unaware of ills. On the Thames whose mighty flood acts as England's vital blood. And the river flowed by so softly. And leaving Bolsford on the south side, my love, she looked unsure. For now the bonus of the flood tides could be felt no more. And all the thoughts of bill and cooing had been set apart. got to Oxford spires, my love she left the boat. Seemingly once young love tires, if kept too long afloat. And when she stepped on terra firma, the last of her I saw was her arm around a second-termer student reading law on the Thames, whose mighty flood acts as England's vital blood, and the river flowed by so sadly.
Father.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yes, it's time for your tin of pilchards.
Oh, it's excellent. It's a love story for her own. She won't come down. I got my tin of pilchards, though. Didn't have her pictures. I said, I've got a tin of pilchards.
What about the other gentleman?
Oh, by Joe, well, I don't really think it's his fame. And looking at the time, it's 12 glasses.
No, nonsense. This beverage gives me inspiration.
And elevate in the morning.
Now, this is a proper song called Badger's Song. Rather aptly, I suppose. This is my song, and I wrote it. They bought in silly rabbits from France, grey squirrels from the States. Pheasants were garnered from sun-formed fields to sit like painted falls on country gates. And the beaver he shot so too the wolf and bear, but the faithful British vendor